Evening all, welcome back to Factorio. So you see some tree action going on here. So you're probably wondering, what are we doing? Well, we're doing something a little different. One of the things we want to build is a tree pollution absorbing system. And so we'll build that around it. But that's not the most interesting thing today. This is kind of interesting. Let's talk about this. Snowflake base has quadrupled in size. The reason I've done this is for no other reason than I thought, hey, let's do it because it might be quite funny. I don't know if it'll even work. Let me talk you through my design process with this one because this makes no sense to me whatsoever. I wanted to make a city grid in space, but the idea being that basically this has sort of an independent set of factories working, although they are interconnected through little umbilicals like this. But let me walk you through it. So this is the OG base. That's the only hub we'll have, so everything has to come through here. We can push things like the power generators over to another one though, so this means the majority of this might actually become processing and storage. But anyway, we'll come back to that. What I've done is I've connected them through an umbilical, and I mean, it's messy, I know. It's because I didn't know how to just do the tile blueprint immediately. I did it wrong. Let's just go with that. But it's fine because it at least gets me started. We have basically replicated this here. We have a second set of engines, so we're going to probably bridge them at some point, but for now they're fine. I don't actually think we can. I don't think you can make a loop, so we'll probably just get them pretty close, sort of thing. So, you know, maybe, I don't know, something like that. Maybe something like that, because that'll make me smile. But I think at the moment, that's probably as much as those will connect. And then what we're going to do is have processing on one that will then send via kind of, I don't know, sort of, we can't make a closed loop. So again, we can't enclose anything here. So we're working within the limitations of the design. Just wondering how much. Oh, we've got 2,500 bits of platform, so that means I've used 20,000 bits of platform already. That's pretty mental, but it's still building slowly but surely. And I think really, let's just stop those. We're not building them. I think pretty much this thing is going to be a bit of a white elephant, a bit of a passion project, let's say. But I want it to be a very slow moving base, Megabase, that just literally takes everything off the planet and then goes from planet to planet, taking off resources, making things, dropping them back down where needed, and then I live on this thing. So this is kind of the end game, really, for me. It wasn't strangely beige, although this was a fine steed to go to the Shattered Planet with. It's not really the end game. The end game has always been the Snowflake base, but times 4, maybe times 9 in the end, because I did discover something. Let me show you this. So you probably already know this, but let me just create something here. So you see the red line there, that's the extent you have. I didn't know that there was actually, I knew there was a front limit, but I didn't know there was a rear limit as well. So that is an awful lot of space for activities still to use. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So we'll build this. We may then replicate here over here, but I think let's just go with 4 to begin with, because already this is a mega project. This is one of those projects in Stellaris, I think they're called, you know, mega construction projects. I think our rockets are burning day and night, basically getting stuff into space. Let's just see, we got 37,000 units of platform. So, and we are producing this locally as well. So we're producing it here, but oh no, what have we run? See, this is the problem, because I'm not moving. I'm now basically running out of resources. I shouldn't have probably chucked everything over the side, but that's my own fault. That's my stupidity. But I think this is going to be interesting. Now, we haven't forgotten the second mega base. We're working on it. But I think what I want to do, and I've built a train here basically that's going to fill up with wood. And you see it just takes a bit of time for wood to grow. Then what happens is that wood, gosh, the game feels slow at the moment, but I still see it's running at 60. It must just be me being very used to super fast Spidertrons. So dumps wood in here, we then make more wood seed, etc. So that's kind of the plan. Then we have to ship wood seed over here. So again, I like to think of it, a lot of juggling going on at the moment, huge amounts of juggling. And the question is, I guess, do we have enough resources to finish this? Well, I think we do, but there's going to be an awful lot of rocket launches. And I think really the most important thing Oh, okay, that's interesting. So let's have a quick look. Let's do some quick things. So ammo is looking good. So ammo stops here. So let's just have a look at why that stops. So hopefully that'll fill. So that'll then mean all of these get filled. I mean, again, around Nauvis, you don't have to worry about this, but eventually. Right, so that looks like it's wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, that's wrong. So let's just look here. So this should be... Oh, I know what I've done. Oh, damn. I've been rather stupid. I've taken an inverted... well, I'm glad I saw that, otherwise that would have been a huge problem. So I need to flip those, I think. That's going to be a problem. Let's think about this. Because basically the ammo's coming in here. These need to flip around, and I don't know if I want to basically do that. I may have, let's see, what do I have here? That in fact, I think I've probably got one of the arms. No, let's have a look. So if I flip that one, yeah, see it's running the wrong way. So if I turn it around and flip it again, boom, there we go. So that is now correct. But the problem is, can we, I guess we have different... Let's think about this. This is where the brain comes in. Is, I think, right, I think I know how to fix this. So, Project Snowflake, we're going to take that one, make a copy of it. Okay, so now we've got a copy of that. And then what we do is we just remove everything that isn't what we need. Ah, no, I probably need those and those. Okay, let's apply an upgrade. Okay, good, good. This is good. And let's try it. So let's save that. Goodness me, if this works, I'll be rather chuffed with myself. So that now is working the correct way. So let's see if we can just sort of convince that to swap around. Ooh, bit nervous. Bit nervous, not gonna lie. Let's do it. Oh my days, what have I just done? Oh, I got that wrong, so let me do that again. So let me just... Oh, got that completely wrong. Right, let's try again. So we need to flip these. So I think... So that's where it goes. So I think that's probably what we want to do. Let's try it. So that might have completely ballsed it up. So that looks right. That isn't right. I think that's right. Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's not, it's not right, is it? Oh my days! This is recoverable. I can recover this. Let me see if I can figure this out. The problem we have as well is because it's building everything as well. It's really slow on the reaction. I think we might have done this wrong. Might just unplug that and plug it all back in. I think we're probably going to do that. Boom. Let's just do that. And let's take it all the way back to there. It's going to be a bit of a bugger to fix that as well. I don't think I need to take that though. Let's have a look. So if I go to my... I think actually... don't know if I blueprinted this. Let's have a look. So that looks right to begin with. So what did I do wrong? Well, let's see. So the ammo comes in. So ammo comes in, blah, 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 blah. Don't know why it does that, but okay, we can live with that. Then it goes up, then down. So then we just need to redo this one. And then same again, really. I mean, arms of Snowflake. I have to upgrade them, obviously. So that, I don't know what happened there. I think it's because I was a bit of a div and I took from the wrong bit. I'm going to just call myself a div and do that. So there we go. So we have to then augment them with the new ones, but I think we fixed it. So, and we need to do an upgrade on it as well. I know. I get this, but that's worked. I'll take it. Right. Okay, good. Let's just get rid of all the internal ones. My gosh, this is fun. You can see the fun that I have with this. So we don't need any of that. Don't need that. Okay, so I think that's right now. So the arms look like they're correct. So ammo's going round. We've got ammo. Let's just plug the new ones in. Again, thank God for copy paste, seriously. Let's see. So, boom. Okay, good. So that was easy. I'm quite surprised at that. I think that's pretty good to go now. Just making sure, there we go. So we got the augmented ones, and I think that means ammo, I think, is golden there now. Let's just double check. This probably has the same issue here. Yeah, it does. So we have to just delete that and delete that. I think the other side is fine. Oh, I just love the copy paste element of this. It just makes life so much easier. So I think actually we can take quite a bit of that one. Let's try that. And that should just plug straight in. Don't know if I've got that right. Let's just close all those. Don't need those. I don't think it's right though. Yeah, there's a little bit of disruption here. There we go. So I think we'll figure it out. I think it's actually the fun part of the game, if I'm honest with you. And I think these sides should be fine. Yes, they look tickety-boo. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes, because the ammo isn't... it's kind of stuck, so we have to figure out where the ammo's got to. So it's over here somewhere. Okay, so we can't really go much further until that gun loop is complete. This looks like it's correct. See, it's just following it around. We'll do an upgrade on it in a minute. Let's see. So we get to here. So the ammo then squishes through. Not sure what that is. So let's just remove that. That doesn't look... That's the wrong track. So this is where asteroids should go. So that comes in there. That comes in there. Right. So I think that this... is then ammo coming in, ammo down, yeah, because that's the ammo loop. It's where it should come in. Ammo then goes down into these. Yep, that's correct. That's good. Let's see. So rocks coming in. So I think that's it. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think rocks are kind of collecting here. So it might be that rocks actually don't go that way, and we send them back to all the way. My dog's making strange noises. Wake up, little boy. Strange dog. And then we're back here. So this then pushes rocks back onto that belt. So I think that's good. So we'll go with it. I don't know if it's right. We'll find out. Let's see. So let's get rid of these. Don't need any of these. I probably could have done this in a more efficient way, but I think so far, so good. Right. So we've got final bit being built here. I think we're missing... Oh no, we're there here. God, can't see them. Okay, so we're tantalizingly close to finishing this gun loop. Then we can follow the ammunition basically round. And this then really... Oh, hang on. So this then basically takes us to a point where ammo is going all the way around, then down into here. So then we need to build this one. And then round, and then back, and then round. So it's one of the longest ammo loops, I think, ever. I don't think there's a longer ammo loop anywhere. But, I mean, again, we could have independent ammo loops, but is there much point? I don't really think there is. I think once you... Because this thing will move slow. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Here we go. Here we go. Almost. It's going to make me wait now. I hope we got some of these things. Maybe we don't, actually. I think, actually, that... Oh, here we go. I think we are running low on some of the super fast belts. So that's good. So ammo, chomp, 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 num, 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 num. Lovely, lovely ammos. Don't really need it around Nauvis, but it's good to sort of make sure the belts run. I totally wish I could just use lasers. I think if you train or you research laser damage all the way up, you can use them against most rocks, but I think for now we're way off that. In fact, am I even doing? Yeah, I thought so. Ugh, what is going on with our production, with our science? So these are good. They're arming. Need more rocket turrets, but that's fine. We have some old ones. We'll have to upgrade all of these. These are completely wrong. But again, I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty systematic of... Well, this base has been with me since probably like a quarter into the game. I mean, when I got to Aquilo, I started to think about building this. So it's an old base, but it's very satisfying to turn it into an orbital megabase in space. But there we go. So that's working pretty well. So that arm is now, well, armed, excuse the pun. We're now going to arm this bit, and I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. So it then comes through to here, runs down here, ammo then goes into this arm. Again, I can't see any reason that wouldn't work. So it comes down here. Right, so there's obviously a very good reason why this bit won't work. It's because we're still building it. So I think this is where we can start to trim. So we don't need any of that. Let's just get rid of that. Don't even think we need these ones, but for now, fine. Let's just make sure these are the right way round. So, need to think carefully now about how to put... Oh, I'm going to have to blueprint it, aren't I? Let's just see if this works. So if I do that, create blueprint. Which one was that? No, it wasn't. I've got so many of these things. Probably wasn't that one. I think it was that one. So we can then just get rid of everything that isn't a belt. I think that should work, right? That should work. So that's just basically belts now. I've forgotten where it was. There we go. So, I mean, I know it's messy. I know. Don't worry. We'll fix it. But I think that's kind of where we want to... Oh, man, this is going to... Oh, no, there we go. So I think that's not quite right, but we're going with it. Because this is all going to be wrong now. But we can fix that. So I'm not too worried about that. I think it's more important... Oh, man, just got rid of them. I think it's more important that we get rid of... So again, we can remove all these. We can remove all that. We've got ore, actual ore on the rocks. So we need to figure out why. So let's just build down to there and build up to there. Right, so we know we have now base number 3. So 1, 2, 3, technically 4, I guess. But and now we need to figure out what we need. So we don't need any of these. So we could just get rid of all of this internal stuff. We don't need any of that. None of this nonsense. No, I don't want to remove, where possible, I don't want to remove, just nicked that, I don't know what that was, but let's just get rid of it. Probably don't need any of that, or that. So good, so this takes us down to here. I don't know if we necessarily need asteroid production on each one. Probably should have thought about this and designed it a little bit, but nope, that is not my process. We're just going all in. So I think we can get rid of those. Good. So this takes us to here. So ammo comes in. Bloop, 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 bloop. Ammo. Feed, feed, feed. Nom, nom, nom. Then up there. So we get rid of those. Up there. Nom, nom, nom. Down. Now this is a mess. Let's just tidy that up. Again, I think it's just because multiple pasting, so hopefully it's not catastrophically buggered, but I think that's fine. So let's go up there. So I think that takes us to here. So we then come out, down, yep, down, then we go, gosh, don't know where that goes. Then we go into the, now I don't know if it's going to build that. Probably need to look at that. I'm not sure why it stopped building. Let's have a look. What did we blueprint? Snowflake. So I think we took one of the arms. I hope that's not the only arm we've got. Second stage arms. Yeah, that's probably it. So let's see. Do we have enough space behind us now? Oh, we do. Good. So what I need to double check is that these are running the right way. Yes, they are. Good, 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 good. Now we don't really need these rear arms. Let's just go with that. Hopefully that works. Yep. We don't really need these rear stage arms, but they are useful because they look awesome. And everything is about how it looks. Right, so we need to we actually need to copy the second base now. Oh my gosh, this is This is challenging the old noggin, this is. Right, so let's just copy that. Create blueprint. Can we just drop that in? Would be lovely. Boom. We could do second stage engines here as well. In fact, we will. Why not? Why not? And that does mean we need asteroid production on each platform. But again, no problem. But think about it. These must be running for kilometre after kilometre, these belts now. That's pretty crazy. Right, let's get rid of these. We will have an umbilical, but it won't be connected because you can't create donuts in space, which is obviously very sad. So basically everything has to run on a single line, but that's okay. Maybe we make it that this has asteroid production, that has asteroid production, and they share down. That's probably a better way to do it now, think about it. Right, so they're in. Let's just double check the arms are in. Good. Let's see how we're doing. So we've run out completely of this stuff. And let's see what Nauvis is looking like. So again, a lot of rocket production. Yeah, we are burning through this stuff. But hey, you got it, you might as well use it. So, let's look at it. Snowflake base part A, done. Section B, done. Section C and D, working on. And there's a lot of room for activities here. So I'm very excited about this. We can plug in the fuel. That's actually, in fact, why don't we just do that? Let's just do it. Let's just shut up about it and do it. Let's just do that one. So create blueprint. You can see how absolutely crazy over-engineered this is. And let's do the same for this one. Let's build this fuel here. Boom. No, not quite boom. Boom. There we go. So we have effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 engines. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. And very slowly and surely, this is becoming the thing of my fevered dreams. I dreamt about this, so I was basically lying in bed, worrying about the world and just everything in it. And then I realised, like, you know, half awake, half asleep, I had a waking dream about Project Snowflake base. And the long and short of it was, I wanted to have something that was like a big sprawling, basically if I show you, I wanted this flying in space from planet to planet. And I was like, is that possible? And then I just basically sat up and thought, well, yeah, it is, because you just build like a grid. And then it suddenly dawned on me, no, you can't build a grid, because if you try and bridge the things, it doesn't work. Basically, it will, I shouldn't do that. It will basically destroy it doesn't work. You can't create a donut, if that makes sense. So it then started my brain thinking, well, these umbilicals, we're going to widen these to be sort of yay big, and there will basically be a bus going on. This is all no bots. Again, thank goodness, no bots. We can get rid of all of this because we don't need any of this yet. We will, but not quite yet. Well, we've got rocks coming through. That's really good. In fact, I probably should connect some of these things. I'll leave the water there because we probably will do asteroid production. I can see us doing that, but at the moment, no, let's not do that. Let's see. So where have our rocks got to? So this way, you've got to be very delicate here because you can really screw up quite a lot of stuff. Right, so let's... So this is ammo here. Is that ammo here? So where have we got to with ammo? So we've got down here. So let's just connect that. We need to actually put in the modules. Alright, so this should then basically come back through up here. Up to there. Alright, so we do have a slight disruption with ammo. I get that wrong. There we go. There we go. Helps if you get it the right way. And then we have asteroids. Now with asteroids, maybe we don't. Maybe for now we don't actually share them. I don't think we will. I think we'll keep asteroids slightly separate. Not sure what that is, so let's just remove it. We can always put it in another time. Right, so I think that's looking pretty peachy. I think we we're looking pretty good. I think the only delay now is going to be really the finishing of it. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Slightly longer one this time. Join us next time. What I'll do is I'm going to let this finish building. So we have basically by the next episode, we'll have all of this built. And we can then start to basically refine. Oh, that's interesting. What's happened there? What's happened there? That's really interesting. These have... Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what's happened there. Look, there's a crack. A giant crack in my ship. Has something gone wrong there? Alright, we'll figure it out when you come back next time.